One of the most profound ways I've learned to work with recovering from expansion in a very profound, very solid, but also very rapid way. I was on a continuous expansion cycle that just went a little too fast for human life for quite a while, many years. And there's always a cost to everything, or a balance to it, so to say. There's a balance to everything when you keep moving at a certain rate and a certain speed. There's certain things that don't get completely mentally coded correctly, because you have to push yourself past many things. So the greatest stability will always be in living each and every day. Sometimes that's something that we need a little help to quicken it. Sometimes we need help to slow it down. It depends what world you're in, and it depends where you are. If you're living in a fast-paced society, it might need to get a little slower so that you can stop and smell the flowers. Take a small detour to your favorite coffee shop instead of just the one that's on the way. Making a little bit of extra time to just spend time with yourself in between all the production. Just gathering yourself. Maybe you've gotten to a place in your life where you would consider yourself maybe retired. Maybe you would consider yourself someone who've just chosen a life to just move slower. You've created a life that moves slower than other people because it's just what you desired, it's what you wanted. Or maybe it's because what physically has been given to you based upon the life circumstances that you've gone through. Whatever the reason being, maybe you do need a little bit of a boost to get a little bit quicker. But finding the correct pace for your mind and pace for your body needs to be closer to equal. And this goes with both sides of the spectrum. When you are slowing down your mentality, you will need to slow down the pace in which you walk. If you're constantly the one that's just always a little slower, maybe picking up the pace just a little bit. Learning how to tune your mind and your body in tandem allows you to create better realities. Realities for yourself that you can choose from, or just one reality that feels great and wonderful for yourself. The more you invest in something, the less you want to waste. But at the same time, sometimes you realize you have to create two options to really see what is in front of you. And you'll always know exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it. When you choose to just be yourself. When you choose to be present within yourself. Just present. You'll find which direction. You'll seek your own meanings for things. You'll seek something deeper within inside of yourself. Either way. And when you get to the place that you know exactly what you're looking for me, it was a slowing down. I needed to slow down. I really needed to slow down. The speed in which I was evolving at was very exciting and very groundbreaking. But it also changed the landscape of many other things. Getting back to being alive in reality, embodied with all the wonderful things that I am, is much, much more important. It is actually taking me about 6 months to slow down, just to the place that I'm at now. I reached the destination that I was looking for at the end of last year, and it's just been a slow removal from the high speed in which I was pushing myself. And that in itself has been a process of my own recovery. There are many things that can be done in the spiritual that affect the mental and the physical, and this is actually one of the most profound and beautiful things when it is done correctly. I will always do things at the speed in which is correct, because I was always aware that what I was doing was a little bit too much. And it's cost me a cost that I'm taking the time to repair, and realizing that every little detail when I deal with each and every person that I'm with, it's how I am. I desire to be very detail orientated, and because of this, all of the things that I've gone through, and I continue to glean the best possible outcome. And as I create my life in the best possible outcome each and every single time, I just fine tune it a bit better each and every time on how all is designed to be in the most effective, balanced way, and what happens when you speed up, and how to slow down effectively and create emotional, mental, and physical, spiritual stability, and how that works and how you can maintain all of the things. It's really, really important that the more determined you are, the higher value you are, that you work at a pace that is effective to continue to secure yourself and to continue to secure the things that are required for you, because each and every level of life requires a different level of security, a different level of stability, a different level of solidarity. And these are all different elements that can be created to simultaneously work, but they can also be created to go in sections. And it will just depend on who you are, will be how I assist you in creating exactly the reality that you currently work with in the transformation process. It's always an honor for me to share perspective with you in actual physical conversation, the way that I can see and reflect you to you, and the things that I have worked on continuously in my life and are paying the attention to with inside of myself, and seeing how you do or don't allows me to share deeper, more profound insights based upon who you already are. So as I create these insights into conversation, you will recognize them from who you are and tune yourself according to what you can recognize and know within yourself, to continue to develop yourself and allow you to always be the master of your own fate, and really solidify you as the one who creates everything. Now, as a transformational expert and the transformation of fate, I do have the depth for you to see these things. I do have the depth in many different ways, and we step down accordingly. So it is a easy process for you to have a wonderful trusting relationship with me, as well as understanding how it actually forms out into your reality. It is a process to create this in a way that is a stable, wonderful life lived. To go quickly does not actually glean you so much greatness. Our conversations do not have to be lengthy and full of information, but they are conversations that assist you to transforming yourself. I show you how to do these things so that you can continue to do them in different ways, and some things I just allow you to see, and those are the things that I allow not as much information to come through, and it does take a little more time to transform it. But as your repetitive action, you will create something very stable within inside of yourself. So as an assistant to seeing the deeper levels of life that you don't have to go and explore them. It's very simply accessed by the mind in certain ways that are just a wonderful realization. A realization that allows you to transform yourself in beautiful ways. It's easy, it's really light, and it is still completely up to you in every instance. It's a gift to be transforming your own fate, which is what you consider impossible. Some things that you have learned in your life that are outside of a certain framework, and you're like, that's not possible. Well, it is possible. And I would enjoy to be the one who creates possible for you by sharing information so that you can actually do the internal coding yourself, the internal value yourself, because that's really what it's all about. It's really all about you doing the work on yourself. It creates such a beautiful, beautiful essence for yourself. It feels like yourself. It's much nicer going at the pace that works for you. And sometimes it is a little bit quicker, and sometimes it is a little bit slower. Creating a solid future for yourself requires patience, and it also requires transformation, because everything that you have ever been fed does have a limit to it. And sometimes those limits are something that are very heavy for us to carry with us. And it is possible to change some of those manufactured limits to something that is more in tune with your deepest desires. It is a gift to be alive that you give yourself every day. It is a gift. There's only one way to have a conversation with me, through membership. And once we walk through membership, you have one call that is pre-purchased with your membership. And with that, you will get to have a conversation with me and see what you would like to do. It is a way for you to get to know me and me to get to know you. The reason we walk through membership is because it is so important to have aligned conversations only. And there's always alignment in exclusivity. I desire for you to have a deeper alignment with myself and with what is to be created within transformation, and the impact that you will be able to have on yourself and then others. To be a part of your own self in a more profound and beautiful way is the best community to be a part of. The community of yourself within. The only way to get a hold of me is my website, ENYELAH.com. You will find great and wonderful things within inside of yourself in conversation with me. ENYELAH. Thank you for taking the time to invest in knowing your own internal community, in knowing your own internal decision-making and processes and speed of how you operate. What's your spiritual speed? What's your physical speed, your mental speed? How do you operate? How do you operate? What are your order of operations? What are the ways you create that are very effective? And which are the ways that you create that need a little scrubbing, refinement? To create refinement within inside of yourself is a beautiful process. To create anything within inside of yourself is a beautiful process. Reality creation itself can be so amazing, empowering. It's what you truly desire deep down inside that you want to bring more of into your life, more of into your reality. You want more connection. Where can you get that? In a way that creates positive reality for you. Sometimes you would be quite surprised on where you will find the best solutions. I have many, many, many journeys to share with you. Much wisdom. It is a pleasure to share, as always, who I am with you.